Welcome back, guys, to another tier list video. I know everyone loves tier list videos. Today we're doing something I think a bit different. We're actually ranking all the Godzilla monsters. All of these movies were a part of my childhood. They are definitely hold a space in my heart. Not all of these monsters, though, were created equal, so let's rank them all. Alright, starting off with the first one, King Caesar. I think King Caesar probably goes B. I'd say he's pretty average monster for Godzilla. Not too bad, but I mean, definitely things better. Um, he's got like a strange deleted power where he was able to resurrect monsters. That was never used. If that was used, that might have been put him up higher, but as it stands, he's going to B. Next one, Monda, which is pretty much just a giant snake. D, he's pretty boring, but I mean, there's things worse than him. Alright, Manila, aka Baby Godzilla. This bitch is going an F. I hate him so much. If you've seen the movies that he's in, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about on why he's probably the most annoying of the monsters and probably just the worst out of them all. So yeah, this he deserves F tier completely. Next up, we've got Rodan. Probably A. He's one of the more iconic ones. I'd say kind of unique. The only reason he's probably not an S tier is because he's kind of lackluster when it comes to his, I guess, abilities, I would say. He literally just kind of flies over things, and he's got wings that can create wind or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, he's definitely a cool one. Next up, Mulgura, C tier. He's just knock off Mechagodzilla. No one really cares about him. I guess he can detach and become like two separate ships or whatever. I don't know, he's kind of boring, but I mean, better than these two for sure. Next up, Mecha King Kedora. Probably, I'll say B tier. I mean, I like almost every version of Ghidorah. Mechagodzilla is pretty interesting. The movie that he comes from is kind of whack with all the time travel and stuff, but I mean, it's alright. I can appreciate him. I think he's good right in B tier next to King Caesar. Next up, Gigan. S tier for sure. My favorite of all of the monsters. I think his design is just exactly what I want. Over the top, just a lot of random abilities. He's definitely the most, I'd say, edgy of the monsters with the freaking chainsaw stomach and hands. But yeah, he was always my favorite. He'll always be my favorite. I cannot put him in it. Not out. Wow, what did I just say there? Never. He'll always be an S for me. Next up, Baragon. He's going in B, mostly because not because of the movie or what he has. The behind the scenes of the stuff that he is in is probably the funniest and cutest thing on the internet. If you haven't seen it, I strongly suggest checking it out. It'll definitely brighten up your day. Biolante, B. The design is amazing. It's like horrifying, but like in the beginning, she's also like a rose, which is, I guess, kind of an allegory for like nature. It can also be beautiful and deadly. Um, its plant-like nature is definitely different from a lot of other Godzilla monsters, which is very interesting. And yeah, I think he definitely deserved to be a MonsterVerse King Kong. A. Um, I don't know if I want to put him in S or not. but I think I'll probably leave him in A for now. S maybe change. The King Kong movie that came out with him was very, very good. Um, I think the way that they reintroduced him to kind of make him more on par with Godzilla and to kind of give him some new ideas was nice because we know there's been 1,000 King Kongs. But yeah, he definitely deserves A. Next one, Monster X. Probably B. His design is definitely cool. The way he also can turn into Kaiser Ghidorah is very interesting. Um, yeah. I mean, he's also from Final Wars. Final Wars, I know, is contested in the community, but I like it, and I think the end battle with him is really cool. Next up, Destroyer. S for me. I like how it ties back to the original movie and how it's a direct result of the Oxygen Destroyer. Um, I think the design, how it's like mutates throughout the movie from a lot of like smaller forms and then like two large forms, but not the main form, to become this one all-powerful like monster that literally looks like the devil. Um, yeah, the movie comes from is definitely S tier also, and he is a major reason, a part of that. Next up, Titanosaurus. Probably in C tier. Um, he honestly, he's kind of silly, which he just kind of gets up. He's only in one movie and just flaps his tail around and kind of makes, I don't know, waves and wind or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I have a kind of special place in the heart for this guy because he was the movie he comes from is one of the ones I would always watch as a kid, so I kind of look back on him fondly. So I don't know. I guess maybe he should be lower, but I'm keeping him in C. Next up, Kiryu. Um, Definitely A tier. He might go into S. It just depends on maybe some other things on this list. But I think he's really cool. I like the like detachable like gun things that he can also put on. The Absolute Zero beam was also really cool. I like how he's able to like become sentient by the end of the movie and do what he wants. I think that's pretty interesting because like usually every time Mechagodzilla's in the movies being controlled by someone else, you see him like break free from that is really interesting. So yeah, definitely leaving him here. Ebra, D tier, pretty lame, just a giant lobster, honestly. Um, there's not much to say about him. He gets his ass kicked in any fight that he's in any of the movies. But I don't know. I guess he's not F tier worthy because of this guy. Next up, the Dorants. Probably D. They're just a bunch of like flying fairy type things. I don't know. They're supposed to be like in place of the Godzilla that gets mutated because of all the weird time travel stuff from the Godzilla versus Ghidorah movie. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of lackluster, honestly. All right, this guy, honestly, I forgot his name, but that's probably a testament to how bad he is. He's from the singular worst Godzilla movie, which was not even a real movie if you've seen it. It's got like multiple different names even. The one I remember I watched it was called Godzilla's Revenge, but I've also heard it called Destroy All Monsters, which is pretty much just mostly just a compilation of like old Godzilla movies with like scenes added of this random kid who believes he's on like Monster Island with Manila, and I hate Manila. And this green dude is pretty much just a bully of Manila, which I kind of find funny, but he also does nothing, and he's just annoying. So yeah, he's going in F tier. Giant Condor. That's right. It's literally just a giant condor, nothing else. It's going in F. It literally does nothing but besides being a giant condor. So, yeah, he's going in there. Gonna be honest, can't tell what this is, so C, I guess? Godzilla from King of the Monsters. Ooh, ooh. Um, I'd say B tier. I think he's definitely a cool iteration of Godzilla. He's got a lot of interesting stuff, interesting lore bits around him, how he was like worshipped as a god when they go to that undersea temple type area. I think that's really interesting. But yeah, I'll leave him here. I don't think he's the best Godzilla out there, so we'll leave him here. The Muttos, I believe this is just both of them put together. B tier, I think they're definitely an above average monster. They've got the interesting dynamic of the female and male being different. They're terrifying. The scenes that they're introduced in are really cool. I think it was definitely a good idea to introduce them into the new MonsterVerse. So yeah, I can definitely respect them and put them in B tier. Godzilla 2014, A tier. I think the reason that puts him above the King of the Monsters one is because I think he has a lot more presence in the movie and he's much more weight. With King of the Monsters one, I think I don't know, kind of a lackluster, I wouldn't say lackluster, just kind of an average Godzilla. Well, this one has a bit more of impact, so I think that's why he's in A. King of the Monsters Ghidorah, oh, probably A. I like every iteration of Ghidorah, as I said before. The way with him being all CGI, they can do a lot more with him instead of him just kind of bombing his heads. But yeah, I he's really cool. If not, I mean, the fight scenes in that movie in general weren't the greatest. But yeah, I'll leave him here. Godzilla Junior B. I think it's really interesting for them to have like a baby Godzilla type character. For him not to necessarily be a baby, but he's definitely not like full grown Godzilla. Um, I think like he's believable in the fights where he like almost loses to like the weaker destroyer, but then eventually does die to, the full grown one. Yeah, I think is an interesting dynamic with like the adult Godzilla in that movie. So yeah, we'll keep him B. Uh, Showa Godzilla. I don't think this is like any particular Showa movie. Ah, I'm gonna have to put S. I watched a lot of those movies growing up as a kid. I can appreciate some of the sillier aspects that he has, even with him dancing on the moon or doing a drop kick or flying. It's definitely kind of the sillier version of Godzilla, but it's the one I grew up with, so I can't really put him any lower than S. Ooh, Zilla. Yeah. This one is definitely F tier. If you've seen the movie, the like 1998, I think it is, American Godzilla, it's not very good. It completely ruins him. The design is so strange. He's way smaller than any of the other Godzillas as well. Um, yeah, I don't know. He's just not very good. definitely deserves this spot, honestly. He's not even able to breathe fire. Like, come on. It's Godzilla. The Marvel Comics Godzilla? I did not know he was on here. See, I guess I don't know much about him. I know he's actually still in the comics, but like isn't called Godzilla, and they had to change up the look of him, or else Touhou would get mad at them for still using the copyright. So, yeah, kind of an interesting version because, like, I don't know the history around him, I guess. Yeah, C's fine. The Hanna-Barbera Godzilla. Oh, this is an interesting one. See, he's quite unique. N Most people don't remember that he even exists. I barely remember. I think I've seen like, one or two episodes of this, if that. I don't know. It would have been a long time ago. But I'll keep him in C, I guess, for Hanna-Barbera's sake. Kaiser Ghidorah? Ooh. Oh, where did I put Monster X? I'll probably put him the same tier alongside Monster X. Um, I honestly don't like the choice to do the four legs instead of the two legs. I think he looks better with just two, but he is still a menace. The way he's able to kind of just toss around Godzilla in that movie for the most part, and like actually uses his like anti-gravity beams to affect gravity is like a neat touch because most Ghidorahs actually don't do that. So yeah, I'll put him in B. Space Godzilla. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I'm putting him in A. I don't know. I just think his design is really cool, and his atomic breath kind of variant looks really cool too. And all the crystals he's got going on, yeah. A's fine, I think. Monsterverse Rodan? Um, B, I think he is a. Uh, May even C. The reason is he's kind of got a lackluster. I mean, he shows up out of the volcano and stuff, and then kind of flies around, but he doesn't do much. He gets beat by Mothra, of all things, and then kind of just kneels or whatever to Godzilla at the end of the movie. I don't know. Definitely not the best Rodan iteration, in my opinion. He does look amazing though. The CG on him and the new revamped design is good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know. Mostly because of the part in the movie he plays, I don't think is great. All right, the anime Godzilla, Godzilla Earth. B, C tier. I don't like those anime movies. I think they're pretty bad for the most part. Um, it is a very interesting design of Godzilla. He like takes over the Earth and it like conforms to him or whatever. I don't know. Like the whole environment changes around Godzilla. He's also the most overpowered Godzilla. Got some like pretty much force field-esque ability, which is interesting, but like I don't know. I just think it's kind of a bit over the top. All right. This is the baby Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. B tier. It's my favorite. Okay. So this one I think the Godzilla Junior, as it's usually called, is like probably the most interesting. I think the character design of this baby Godzilla is the best because I think it's just over the toply cute, which is different for Godzilla definitely. But yeah, I like it definitely better than fucking Manila. God, I hate him so much. Gorosaurus, D tier, honestly. I know there's like a lot of people out there that really like him. I don't really get why. He's just pretty much just a dinosaur. That's all he is. So yeah, he's kind of going in this tier of Monda, which is just a snake, and Ebra, which is just a lobster, pretty much. OG Gigan, I'm still putting an S. I do like the Final Wars version of him more. I'd like the design a lot more in this, but come on, it's Gigan. I can't put him below S tier. That would be sacrilegious to me. But yeah, definitely keeping him up here. Jaguar. This may be controversial, but I'm putting him in C. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, like Jaguar. I don't really get it. All he reminds me of is like a Megazord or like some big robot from Power Rangers, and like I believe me, I can appreciate Power Rangers. I grew up with Power Rangers, but I don't know. I just think he looks really goofy, especially his color scheme. Um, yeah, leaving him C. Leave down in the comments who's like Jet Jaguar, I guess. Megalon, Megalon's stupid. He's just a beetle with like random drill hands and like, yeah. I honestly, yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about him that much. He's just D. Fire Rodan, aka just like the Heisei Rodan, putting up an A. He does not appear for long, but he his role is really interesting. He like sacrifices himself to give Godzilla like energy or whatever, which is like way different than a lot of the other um iterations of him. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna leave him in A. I don't know. Batra, I'll put in B tier. I do like his design a lot, like kind of an evil version of Mothra, just how like Space Godzilla is the evil version of Godzilla. Um, yeah, I mean, his larva form is pretty stupid. It's kind of why it's holding him back for me. But yeah, alright. Ooh, Hedorah, or aka the Smog Monster. B's getting crowded. I really like these movies, honestly. That's kind of why there's a lot of in the highs. I'll put him. Yeah, we'll leave him B. It's fine. Um, Definitely an interesting concept, like made out of trash and stuff. Yeah, honestly, I just think he's kind of interesting. Too bad he's not seen in more movies. That might have gotten him higher for me. But yeah, I think that's where I'll put him. Heisei Mothra. I'll put him in the same tier as Batra, like just right next to Batra. Um, I think he's interesting. The look of it looks really nice, really nice. But it's not my favorite iteration Mothra. Mothra doesn't do a whole lot in the Heisei, which I think is unfortunate because I mean Mothra's I don't know. I've always swatched in like what I think of Mothra because I used to like think Mothra was so stupid just because it's a giant moth, but now I can respect and like what they went for with it. But I think this iteration deserves B. Final Wars Godzilla. I'll put A. Maybe he'll go up to S. I really like Final Wars. I really like the design of this Godzilla, actually. I like how he just goes around and beats up like every monster ever in that movie. It's not really, I mean, it's not supposed to be taken serious like a lot of the earlier ones, which I like. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him an A. Um, oh, the grasshopper people. Yeah. Uh, D, I guess. I don't know. He's kind of one of those Godzilla monsters where it's like we're kind of running out of ideas, I think, so let's just throw in a big old bug. I think he's better than like the giant condor because he does some interesting stuff because there's like multiple of them and they kind of like work together to fight Godzilla or whatever. So yeah, he's not F tier for me. The Touhou King Kong. Um, uh, C tier, I guess. Quite interesting. A lot different from the American King Kongs, I would say. The costume for him was a bit rough, but I can appreciate the original Godzilla vs. King Kong movie, so I'll leave him and see. What do we have here? Is this the anime Ghidorah? Yeah, this is the anime Ghidorah. Leaving next to see some of the same problems. The concept for him to be like an interdimensional god is like really cool, but the way he comes in like the third movie, he looked so stupid, honestly. Because like all he does, it's basically just a giant worm in the sky and then bites you and just starts draining Godzilla. There's not even a real fight. So yeah, C tier unfortunately for Ghidorah. Now, OG Ghidorah, S tier all the way in my opinion. Easily I'd say second most famous other Godzilla monster. I'd say Mothra's probably also is a bit more popular than him, as in like terms of the whole scope. But yeah, I love Ghidorah, and he's the one who spawned it all, so I have to put him in S tier. Burning Godzilla, Melting Godzilla, whatever you like to call him. Putting him in S tier? I think he looks really cool with all the like light up fire and stuff all over his body. I think the concept for him is interesting. Like he's become almost too powerful to where he's basically dying because of it. And the final scene where he dies, it's actually like really well done and almost makes you sad. Which is really different, I'd say, for a Godzilla movie to make you sad. But yeah, I think I'll definitely leave him an S. It comes from Godzilla vs. Destroyer, which is definitely top three Godzilla movies for me. I don't know which one is my favorite, but yeah, he's going there. Mechagodzilla. D. I think the kind of giant evil like bug is better done with Batra and Mothra than Megaguirus. Megaguirus is basically just a lot of smaller bugs coming into him together. I do not like the movie that he's in either. So yeah, just getting a D, unfortunately. Godzilla 2000. Ooh, I'd have to say A? Yeah, I mean, all of them, I think the movies that he's in are on the series, I would say the Millennium series or whatever, is probably the weakest in my opinion. I do think his design is probably the best though out of all of the Godzillas in my opinion. I think it looks amazing with the spikes. I think like I don't know why I'd always gravitate to looking at like the kind of torso area of him for a Godzilla movie. I don't know, that's kind of weird. You kind of want to look at the head and all the spikes and stuff, but yeah. I think he's my favorite design, but I can't. The movies that he's in aren't the best, I'd have to say. OG Mothra. I have to say S. The legacy that Mothra has is undeniable. She has like a couple of her own movies even, which are good. Um, Mothra vs. Godzilla, where she shows up in the Godzilla movies, is amazing. Definitely one of the much better Godzilla movies. Yeah, Mothra definitely deserves an S tier. Monster vs. Mothra. Let's say B tier. I like the new design. I think is really cool with all the kind of more pincers and stuff that she kind of has. The way that she like appears, with like those giant wings and stuff, is really cool. I think she's able to hold her own more effectively than in the past, where she kind of just got destroyed. But yeah, I think we'll leave it in B. The Giant Octopus. putting it an F. It's just a giant octopus. There is nothing else to this. What do you want me to say? Orga. Um, Orga C tier? I think he's fine. The kind of shape-shifting ability is interesting. I don't know, the big meaty claws that he's got are, okay? I don't know. I think he's just a C tier monster, honestly. I have no real connection with him. Was Mechagodzilla from the anime F tier? Because it's not Mechagodzilla. It is a city. Alright, we're back. Just had to do something quick there. Yeah. Anyway, the Mechagodzilla from the anime movies isn't even Mechagodzilla. It's a city made out of the metal of Mechagodzilla. I don't know. It's stupid. F tier for sure. The original Godzilla. S tier? I don't know why you'd put it not in S tier. It started the whole thing. It's actually kind of a good movie in general. Like, I don't know, a lot of these honestly can't say that they're necessarily the best movies, but yeah, I think, yeah. Why the OG Godzilla definitely S tier. And Giris, I'd say C tier? Yeah, it's C tier. Um, I don't think he's kind of, I don't know. Some of the movies is alright and some of them he's kind of stupid, honestly. But yeah, I C tier. I know a lot of people will be mad at me about that. Kamunga, the Spooter. I'll put him in the D tier along with the other bugs and kind of just animals. I think he kind of deserves that. The second version of Mechagodzilla, I'll put in C. Gonna be honest, don't really like the design of him. I think the movie that he's in is good, but I don't know. Just can't get behind his design all that much. I don't know. He's still Mechagodzilla though, so he's good. OG Mechagodzilla. S tier for sure. Love his design. Love the two movies that he's in. All of the powers are like really cool. I like how it's hard for Godzilla to beat him. Kind of gives him more weight than a lot of the monsters that had come before, where he kind of just wrecked them, honestly. Yeah, definitely goes S tier. This Varagon. Varagon doesn't really appear in much of all, so I think he's just lackluster. I'll put him in. I mean, I don't have anything really against him, so I guess I'll put him in C, but like, he doesn't really do anything. So yeah. Wait, this is Ghidorah again? Huh? Can't tell. Oh, this is the Showa King Ghidorah. Oh, okay. This one is the one that's supposed to be S. This must be the Heisei one. Okay, the picture I couldn't see. I'll put this one in A tier. Okay, still like, but yeah, still love this Ghidorah. Heisei one's just, I don't know, a bit lower for me. Um, Another Baragon. This is the one that the behind the scenes of has all the funny clips. So we all put him back in B tier with the other one. They're about the same for me, honestly. This is the Heisei Godzilla. So, ooh, jeez. S tier. Wait, I don't think this is the. Hey, wait, is this the? I can't tell. Honestly, I can't tell. Um, this might be the GMK one. I'll put the GMK one here. Yeah, it's the GMK. It looks a lot bulkier. And where's that Heisei? Here, we'll keep going. This is the GMK Ghidorah. I'll put him right next to him. The kind of flopping of their dynamics for Godzilla is like the evil one and Ghidorah is the good one is interesting, so I think that deserves that. Um, Another version of Mothra? Where does this one come from? I, is this the Millennium one? A B tier? I don't know. This is just another Mothra. It kind of looks similar to that one, so I'll leave it there. Finally, the version of Burning Godzilla from the Monsterverse. I will put him in B. I think he's good. I don't think he's as good as the other one though, so leave him in here. But there you go. That's all of the Godzilla monsters ranked on a tier list. Hope you enjoyed, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, Butter Boys.